Hello, everyone. It's Turquoise. I got asked a question recently. I got an email. It said, "Dear Carol, I've been watching your videos about your experience recently at API, and why are you so worried about what people think? And why are you so shocked that you got discriminated against? It still exists in this world." And my answer to that is this: I grew up in a sexual orientation affirming family. My mom was straight, and so were my grandparents. My aunt was bi, but I got taught all my life not to be ashamed of myself and not to worry about what people thought of me. And I got taught that I can explore my sexual orientation as I'm growing up, as long as I keep it discreet and private. And by the time I was 16 and 18, I was discovering my orientation. And I never really had an experience until I was 19 with a girlfriend who was more bi-curious. It turns out she was straight, and she married a straight man. And he might have been bi, but she decided to live the straight life. And she's divorced now, and she went to live with a woman who didn't love her, and then she killed herself. And I thought it was going to be easy for me to um, be me, be bisexual. I thought it was going to be easy for me to just, but until last year, I didn't realize how important it is for me to support and be part of the LGBTQ community, because I got discriminated against, and it was in a covert way. And even before Trump got in again, I was not protected from heteronormative therapy. I was not protected from covert discrimination. Um, by the time they knew that I had a crush on a woman there, mysteriously, uh, they would not let us near each other, even though I told them I wasn't going to do anything. Um, Even though they kept telling me that they told me a couple of times I am protected by policies from discrimination. The Trevor Project does not protect vulnerable adults or adults from discrimination or heteronormative or conversion therapy in California. I thought that it did, but it doesn't. It only protects children, and I bet dollars for donuts as we speak, children are still being abused in mental health and at schools and at churches and in families because they're not traditional. They're not interested in the opposite sex, or they're not interested just in the opposite sex. Also, I'm pretty chagrined to know that in the LGBTQ plus communities, people are still being even discriminated against and judged in that community by their own community. And that's really sad because I have my own definition of LGBTQ, and it's even simpler than all this polarized performative stuff. I believe that if you're not just interested in your opposite gender, if you're not just interested in marrying a man if you're a woman, or a woman if you're a man, if you're not just interested in dating or having relations with or dating the opposite gender, if you're interested in opposite and same gender, or if you're interested in same gender, or if you were assigned female, male, or otherwise at birth, and you decide to change it in any way, if you become a trans, um, You're not straight. You are a member of the LGBTQ community, whether or not you're out of the closet. And you have a right to be a part of a community. Um, no one has a right to condemn you to being alone. That can actually be dangerous and life threatening. I've studied humanity a bit in my amateur way, and if you're not part of a tribe, you die. And that is the worst thing you can do to someone. That is the worst thing that can happen to a person. Being left alone, being abandoned, just because they're not like someone else, or just because they're not the idea of someone else's idea of gayness or straightness or whatever. I don't even like the word straight. I like to use the word socially traditional, um, meaning like Trump's definition. There's a man and there's a woman. There's marriage only between a woman and a man, and there's relationship sex between a woman and a man, or dating between a woman and a man, or a boy and a girl, if you're younger than 18. Um, if you're not socially traditional, you're not straight, and you belong in the LGBTQ community. I'm saying this because I used to go to 12-step programs at an Alano club that was oriented towards people that were LGBTQ plus, and at that time back in the day, I was in my 20s, and the year was like the 1990s or the 2000s, the early 2000s, and it used to be the gay and lesbian community. It used to be the gay community, and I was not welcomed. Since I'm bisexual, I was not taken seriously. I was told that I had to pick an orientation. You're either straight or you're gay, Carol. And there's no such thing as bisexual. And there's no such thing as anything else. And it used to be called, when you were trans, it used to be called getting a sex change. If you wore women's clothes or men's clothes, you were a transvestite. Now I don't even know if cross-dresser is politically correct. But let's keep it simple. I believe in keeping it simple. Whatever you are. Now, I think the only sexual behavior or romantic behavior I might go against would be pedophilia, because children are vulnerable, and they need to be protected from stuff that is too adult for them, too hard to understand. Children do not understand. Their brain isn't even developed properly until they're 25. And if I had my way, I'd probably raise the age from 18 to 25. But I'm not a bully. I'm not going to do that even if I could. But sex is a delicate thing. It's a big deal, and it's something that God gave us to use in the right way, in an ethical way. So, not sure where I'm going with this, but I can't believe that people within the community are discriminated against one another. You're not. There's no such thing as bisexual. You're not the right kind of lesbian, or you're not the right kind of get out of here. You don't belong in the community. You're not a lesbian to me. You're not a gay man to me. And in the non-LGBTQ world, we're called bad names. We're called the other F word, or the D word, because we're not straight. We're not, like I would like to say, socially traditional. We're not heteronormative. We're not normal. So just a few words. I don't know if that answers the question, but yes, I'm thankful that I'm privileged that I grew up in a family that affirmed the LGBTQ orientation. I'm not going to say lifestyle. It's not a choice. But out there in the world, especially in mental health, especially even in the gay community, even in the LGBTQ plus community, You still run into judgment. You still get judged. And I watched a video just now on YouTube, and they talked about how we really need to love ourselves. We really need to learn how to tolerate ourselves, because who else is going to? We deserve to be tolerated. We're people too. We have a right to be part of a tribe. We have a right to live. We have a right to survive like anyone else. Straight people have a right. Non-straight people, LGBTQ plus people have a right to survive. And if we keep on fighting each other and picking on each other and being blissfully ignorant, my own theory is we're not going to survive. Our planet is going to go down if we don't learn how to get along. So, whether or not that answers your question, how come I'm still upset that I got discriminated against? Discrimination can destroy your soul if you let it. Discrimination can break your spirit if you let it. I got rejected. I got all of me rejected. I generated a song, wrote the words to it myself, but generated it on AI. It's called Unforgiven, and there are a few things that I cannot forgive. I can't forgive discrimination. I can forgive ignorance if it's teachable, if it's rehabilitatable. But if it's blissful ignorance, I cannot forgive it. If someone wants to reject all of me because of my orientation, I can't forgive that. I have to walk away from that toxic behavior. If someone doesn't like me because I'm bisexual, and whether or not they're in the gay community, if they don't like me because I'm bisexual, they have a right to their feelings. But if they can't get along with me, or if they want to discriminate against me or hate on me, especially that experience I had with API, I have to walk away. It's toxic and I cannot forgive it, and I will not forgive it. I can't forgive behavior that is evil. I can't forgive behavior that serves evil. And it serves evil if you defy or disrespect humanity. So whether or not you're in the community, whether or not you're out of the community, we have to stop discrimination. And yes, don't give me we don't have control over other people's behavior. We do have control over being a bystander, or someone who can intervene and step in and say, knock it off. Stop bullying each other. Stop discriminating, and educate ourselves about sexual orientation, what it really is, what sexual orientation and what sexual identification really is. It's not a game. It's not a joke. And it's not, it's not just a game field on a computer screen. It's real, and pain is felt when we hurt each other. When we bully each other and hurt each other and fight each other and put each other down, it hurts. And we need to stop that. Be safe. Peace.